have like a book I can rest this with a picture of Radha Krishna. In case you're wondering, when I speak, I generally speak to them, and then through them it goes to you. Okay? And if it comes to you from them, yes, you better be sure it's going to be okay. You see, if I forget them, I'm a little doubtful. Okay, so to remember them, and that is actually the essence of all my talks, to always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Now, yeah, that will be fine. I think if it rain, yeah, that's good. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Yeah. So, well, I just have really one regulation, and that has to do with the children. If the children are quiet, I'm very happy that they can be here with their moms and dads. But if the children begin to make noise, then I do ask you to either take them to another room, and if they've recovered and they back to they're sleeping or whatever, you can come back in again. But I just want everyone to not be distracted or diverted, because they've come for a purpose, and my desire is to try my best to fulfill that purpose. And children are belovable, huggable, adorable, but nonetheless, it does not help devotees to get the message. And you all come for the message, which I pray will come from our beloved Lord. Okay, so is that clear? So that I don't have to say, could you please, in our new Dwarka temple, it's usually, because although I made the announcement like this at the early part, people come in late. So I have to pray to them, please, can you please take your loving, darling, beautiful child, otherwise they won't take him out if I don't say that. So please take your darling, beautiful, lovable child out, and when he or she recovers, you can come back in again, that's fine. Also, I think we have right on now, in the front of the temple, we have this large screen so they can see what's going on inside. I mean, that was a plus. Plus you can get so many other things there, Ratha Yatra, and our whole schedule. So, as it was mentioned tonight, being part of a seminar on the subject of enthusiasm, so tonight's title is Enthusiasm Begets Enthusiasm. In other words, to get the ball rolling, so to speak, you have to give it a shove, and then it rolls. So the shove is that everyone makes some effort to become enthusiastic. And if they do, and Krishna will help them. But we also have to depend on our efforts, but as we depend on our efforts, we should always depend upon Krishna's efforts. So I will begin in a few moments of the Jaya Radha Madhava prayers. Does everybody know Jaya Radha Madhava? Good. So we will all sing it together. Yeah, I'll take just one moment. Jaya Radha Madhava. Glory to Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Lord Krishna engages in pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan. He is the lover of the gopis, the lifter of Govardhan Hill, the son of Mother Yashoda, and the delighter of the inhabitants of Braj. He wanders in the forests along the banks of the river Yamuna, and I offer my humble obeisances unto his lotus feet. You'd be surprised at how many thousands of people have sung that song, but they don't know what they're singing. So I've translated it for you, and you know that basically you're glorifying Krishna and Mother Yashoda and all of the inhabitants of Vrindavan, and that's what we're praying really, for their blessings, for their grace, for their sweetness, so that we too can in some way gain their blessings and ideally become like them and be ultimately invited to that wonderful get-together of the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Okay? So there is a goal and there is a method to my speaking. I don't get too much into becoming an encyclopedia, just giving you lots of facts and lots of figures and lots of information, as if I was the walking Google. That's not what you will hear tonight. And the whole point of my speaking is that everyone should leave tonight with a feeling of wanting to pour into their devotional service with greater endeavor, greater enthusiasm, greater effort, greater gladness. That's what devotional service is. It's something pleasurable, joyful, and fulfilling. And the more you give it, and you think of Krishna, and you're giving to Radha, you're giving to them, the rest takes place by their mercy. And that's all. I can't do anything except beg you to try to gain their mercy, because without their mercy on your own endeavor, you can't do anything, really. No matter how smart you are, no matter how many verses you know, or we know, that only can take us so far. Can make people think we're smart and admirable, and we become admirable. But that's not what smart is. Smart is a person, we have so many wonderful evidences in our scripture. It comes to my mind immediately. Sridhar, the leaf seller from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he was just a poor leaf seller. And he made no money practically. He would sell these banana leaves. You know, people use them for plates. And then he would make a few pennies and he would offer them to the Ganges. That was his way of, and he was so advanced spiritually, but it appeared that he didn't know that. Because when Lord Chaitanya called him, that's another thing, if you could all turn off your cell phones, that would be appreciated, because otherwise I'll stop and wonder that maybe my friends or my enemies are trying to get in touch with me. Okay, thank you so much for coming. This is my pleasure and my privilege to share all of this with you. I consider you our honored guests, and the very fact that Krishna has brought you here to hear this message of Godhead, I consider you all worshipable from me to all of you. So therefore I am your servant fully, and although it appears that I'm some type of a president or talker or big shot, but all I am is your servant. Servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord of the Gopis. And any guidance that you can give me, or any corrections that you can offer me at the end of this talk, I fully welcome them, because I'm starting at zero, so anything that is building to whatever I have. So I will speak no more about me. I would like to share now to the wonderful, harmonious music of the children in the background. So, thank you very much. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Yashodanandana
Jaya